Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to another Spider-Man effects video. This is your boy here, Mikey Wilson, aka the Spiderdad. Okay guys, so why film in 4K? So I wanted to go through 3 reasons as to why filming in 4K when you're downgrading and exporting in 1080p, why 4K is really beneficial when you're learning visual effects or you're just doing some visual effects within your video in your project. Okay, so this clip here was shot in 4K, allowing me to do a few little tricks, being able to have the ground shake. I was able to have a few other little bits and pieces in there as well. And I want to share with you 3 key reasons why filming in 4K and when you're exporting in 1080p, why 4K is really beneficial. Okay, so number 1, the ability to zoom into a particular area within a video clip. So as you can see, the 4K here and the 1080p here, there is a big difference. So this is really beneficial for anyone that's doing VFX. So the first key thing here is being able to zoom in to a particular area. And the beauty of having shot it in 4K is that you can actually keep the quality of the actual clip. Now the difference, if you was to do this in 1080p and zoom right into 200%, for example, it would start to pixelate and the quality would actually start to deteriorate. With 4K, if you zoomed into 200%, you would actually keep the quality. So when you're exporting in 1080p, you'll have the comfort knowing that that quality is still there. Okay, so as you can see, I'm zooming in from 111% on this particular clip, and I've actually gone straight past it. I'm still going to nearly 400%, and the quality is still pretty good. So 4K does offer an incredible amount of quality, especially if you're exporting in 1080p. Okay, number 2, so stabilization of your footage. If you're exporting in 1080p and you've shot your footage in 4K, but you'd like it to be a bit more stable, when you put it through the warp stabilizer in After Effects, you may notice that it'll actually have areas where the edging will start cropping in, or it won't look as nice. But because you've shot it in 4K, you can zoom right in. My footage is already pretty stable as I shot this on a DJI Ronin, and the chances are it's actually going to be okay. But just for example's sake, what will happen is that as you scroll through your footage, once you've done your stabilizer, especially if you're not using a stabilization device when shooting this, is that you'll actually see that as you go through, the center of the frame will pretty much be nice and stable, but you'll see sort of cropping of the areas here, around the top potentially. It might rotate a little bit. So that's the kinds of things you're going to see after you've stabilized the footage. Now the amazing thing with 4K is that you can then scale to ensure that none of those areas start to show again, okay? And then you'll continue on to still have that nice stable footage. Okay, so as I said before, when you're exporting in 1080 with 4K footage and you've stabilized it, you can then punch in to get rid of the black outlines around the clip so that it looks nice and stable, just something like this. Okay guys, so the third benefit of shooting in 4K, especially when you're using visual effects in your projects, is that you have more room for visual effects. So for example's sake, this particular project I'm working on, every single shot has been, apart from a couple, have actually been shot on a static camera, but I've shot this in 4K. So I've been able to move the camera as if someone is holding it, or to give it a really good dynamic feel to the actual project or to the clip. Because I've shot it in 4K and I'm exporting it in 1080p, it's really beneficial and can add so much more impact to that particular shot. So what kind of visual effects could you do with your 4K footage? So for example, you could zoom right in. Currently I'm at 300%, okay? On this particular clip, it then kind of pans out while I land on the wall, and then I'm gonna get ready to then climb all the way up to the top of the building. Okay, so I've been able to really move and manipulate the camera, zooming in, zooming out, going from side to side a little bit if I want to, without losing any quality whatsoever. Okay, so this particular clip is a complete static shot up against a building, and then I shot me crawling along the floor, and I did all the masking. I did that in a separate shot. I added it to this shot, and then this is what we got. Okay, so I've basically just landed on the wall. Okay, it's like I've swung in, I've landed on the wall, but there's no movement. As you can see, I've actually scaled down the superhero, shall we say, onto the wall, so it matches the feel of the shot a little bit better. Okay guys, so this is exactly the same shot, but I've added all of the camera movements and all the zooming in to make it really dynamic as possible. So that's the benefit of the 4K when you're exporting in 1080, is that you have so much more movement and so much more play with the actual clip, so that you can really make it stand out, really make it more dynamic. And once you've added all the nice visual effects to it, you can then start manipulating and moving the clip to fit your particular project. Okay guys, thanks for watching. I really hope that helped with any projects that you've got going on at the moment. Certainly if you're getting into visual effects, if you can shoot 4K, please do. It is really, really beneficial because you have so much more movement and so much more play with each of those clips. As ever, don't forget to rate, comment and subscribe. Pass this on to someone who you think that this might benefit, especially if they're shooting 4K and they want some video footage, and if they're exporting in 1080p. But as ever, until next time, I'll see you in the next video.